Witch's Hill.
I think she's part Norwegian mountain cat.
Just like my uncle. Yeah, I hit a funny.
Your uncle's part cat? Are you Khajiit?
I have wares. What do you need, traveler?
Oh, God.
Holy shit.
Potions? You can't handle my potions.
And I love the constant references to that game.
There's a lot. That and Dragon Ball.
Yeah, Dragon Ball has been quite...
It finds its way.
There's always a way.
I mean, if this part is still in there, I'm sorry to the fans that listen to the Ruthless Alien Species thing. I'm not going to ruin it if you haven't listened to it, but as you can tell right now, there's some anime references in there somewhere.
Quite many.
Shut up.
Yeah, it's quite.
You know what?
I mean,
okay, I have to fucking rant because I have been reading and looking up some of the released quote big quotation marks scariest haunted houses of 2018 end giant quotation marks.
oh yeah, because everybody fucking buys their way in.
And that's what made me so fucking mad. You were there for the entire review. Mm-hmm. Can you fucking believe that they actually voted Basement of the Dead as the scariest haunted house? Best haunted house of 2018.
Seriously?
Bullshit. I'm sorry, but do you remember JC's haunted house?
Yeah.
That was better than fucking Basement of the Dead. Basement of the Dead was one of the worst haunted houses I've ever been in.
There was a time I saw my sister run out because she got scared because of the guy with the chainsaw because I was waiting out in the car. I was really fucking young at the time. It was going way back. And, yeah, she comes running out, crying to the car. Sorry, Harmony, if you're listening.
Yeah.
But I remember that.
Like, a good haunted house is more than just trying to destroy one of your senses. Like, I mean, they did really good with the sets. Like, I thought they used their space very well, and, like, I loved the way certain rooms looked. But their entire focus in scaring you was literally, we're gonna fucking destroy your hearing. Like, fuck you. Fuck you, you asshole. Give me back my money.
Yeah. Yeah, if I wanted to do that, I'd just fucking blast Kesher in my ears or something.
Like, sweeping declaration. I don't think I've ever made one of these, but sweeping declaration. Next year. Next year, I am coming back with the haunted house reviews with a vengeance.
Do you have an outlook for what you're trying to hit?
I am going to hit every fucking haunted house and give the most completely accurate, truthful haunted house review that anyone has ever done. Because I'm sick of all these bullshit haunted houses being voted as the top. Because all that does, I mean, everyone knows this. Every single haunted house is advertised as the best or the scariest or the number one rated.
Yeah, true.
Every single one.
Well, you know why that is? Because they're doing their own commercials.
Exactly.
They can say whatever the fuck they want because there's going to be someone out there that'd be like, yeah, that was the scariest thing. And they could just say that, take that and be like, oh, that's valid. But I mean, at the same time, how valid is that person with the whole thing? Like, have they never gone to a haunted house before? Are they fluent with it? Like, where the fuck have they been? Like, what would actually scare that person? Because, you know, there's different types of scares for everybody else. Like today at work, there's a little clown statue that was there, and one of the customers saw it, and she's like, "Oh my god, I have to get out of here! I don't like clowns." And I didn't mean to laugh at her, but I did.
I'm never coming back here again.
No, I mean I get it. Clowns are creepy, but like this was a mannequin.
Yeah. So, I'm excited for next year. I'm gonna bust my ass. I'm gonna spend a lot of money.
That's what I was kind of thinking of too, because I really couldn't this year. Next year, fucking go to a shitload of haunted house. One an Elgin.
Project.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because you started talking like that.
Well,
It's your first time on the episode, so it's okay.
I totally forgot that there was a microphone. I was just talking.
Now that we've acknowledged it, welcome to Witch's Hill.
Hi.
I'm Pat.
I'm Tim.
And we are here with Pat Hess and...
Hessington.
Yes, Hessie Bear, Dr. Hessington.
Yes, quite.
Professor Hesticles.
That's me.
Yes.
I like that last one.
Professor Hesticles.
And it is Halloween.
It is the spookiest time of the year. The best time of the year.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
That was a good witch laugh.
You like that?
Yeah.
I'm glad.
I like how you do it while you exit the room. And you know he's not on a broom. He's on a bender.
Yes. What is he drinking?
Monaco or something?
Yeah.
Monaco? Yeah, Monaco.
I mean, it's not bad.
It's a mixed drink. It's a premium mixed drink made with vodka, gin, rum, tequila, and blue Curaçao
You
liquor.
say mixed drink or bitch drink?
Mixed drink. You're the bitch.
Oh, man, stop it.
He is a sensitive one.
So today we decided, it's Halloween, and we did release the preview today.
For the Melrose House. So if you're listening to this, pause, go over to our YouTube channel, subscribe, hit that bell so that way you are notified when more things come out, because that is just the start of everything.
We got some big stuff coming.
We have some big announcements coming within the next week or two.
Yeah, I'm just going to say next month or two, because I don't know when anything's going to get rolled out.
It's going to be November. That's essentially what they need to know, is that somewhere in November we have possibly some of the biggest news that we are pumping out, and it's not just the Melrose House. We've got big things on our plate right now.
It's so heartwarming because all our hard work on this fucking show is fucking paying off.
Fuck yeah! I mean, we're just past a year, so for those of you who have tuned in, subscribed, and aren't even in this country, still looking at you, Sweden,
and the UK,
and the UK, Sweden. Love you guys. Oh man, we thank you. We thank you for every view, every listen, every download.
So what are we doing today? It's fucking creepy. We have the other release, so we just wanted to keep it going, put out an episode, and just read some creepy stories.
Yeah, not just stories, but some pastas, which makes me hungry.
I know.
Mamma mia.
Yes. Made it very Italian.
Super Italian.
Yeah.
I love
A
it.
bistro,
A bistro?
Come to my kitchen. I'll make you something, okay?
You'll make me into something?
Yes.
No.
You're going to be
You're not luring me back there again.
You're going to be the nude meatballs.
What is this, Chef Boyer? Fucking what the hell happened to him?
Chef Boyardhammer.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I'm going to make a very good soup out of you.
Probably not. I'm a diabetic.
I mean...
Oh, man.
I can just advertise it as healthy. Sugar-free.
Sugar-free, gluten-free. It's healthy for you. Anywho, getting back to the spookies.
Getting back to the spookies. Oh, one thing I wanted to add before we get to this about the whole haunted house thing. The reason why it pisses me off so much is because if these really crappy ones are going out there saying they are number one, that's going to disillusion all the people that, they haven't gone to haunted houses in a while. They want to check one out. They're reading all over the papers that this one's the scariest and the best, so they go to it, and it's a piece of shit. And they think, wow, this is the best they have to offer. I don't want to go to anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
No.
It's like somebody basing all of horror off of, the Leprechaun.
I mean, but the Leprechaun was at least good in its own aspects.
They took me bling. No, that is not scary. It is hilarious.
But that's why it's so great.
Yeah, but, it's not... yes, it is still in the horror category, but you cannot fucking chalk that up to being like, yo, dude, number one voted the best Academy Award-winning Leprechaun horror movie. It's better than the fucking Exorcist and Poltergeist combined.
No.
I would say Sharknado. That's the better... I think that's the better, similarity.
That's just...
If everyone
that's
based
out of the water.
Sharknado as the best haunted house out there, or
I'd go to it.
What?
actually, yeah, that would be a pretty dope haunted house.
I'd probably go it a couple times. What the fuck is going on in this place?
The haunted house is called Sharknado. Let's go see.
There's a bunch of random celebrity appearances and shit. Like, what the fuck are they doing here?
But if that was rated as like the best horror movie out there, like people see that and be like, I don't want to see any more horror movies because this is garbage.
Yeah.
So like that's why I'm going to every one, and I'm gonna put out the fucking most honest fucking review for what I truly find is a good haunted house. You know, based on fairness.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that'd be good.
Scare me. Don't fuck my hearing. Basement of the Dead. Number 1, my ass. I'm sorry, I will call you guys out.
Fired.
Shots fired. Cannons are fired. I am loading the muskets. I don't know.
1772.
I am fucking just going.
Hold on, let me finish here.
They're not done with their tea yet. We still have time to prepare.
Where's the trumpet boy?
Bring out the trumpet boy. We're about to head out. Get up there, boy. Lead us into battle.
Oh,
Oh my god. That went to a weird fucking place.
Shit, what the fuck? Oh my god.
well, back to topic. Spooky story.
Spooky story time.
Creepypasta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why is it creepy? Why'd you put it in my food?
Is he making hot chocolate?
What?
He's making hot chocolate.
Are you making hot chocolate?
Yes, I am.
What the fuck
Would you like
makes...
some hot chocolate?
I'm okay for that. Thank you.
Who makes hot chocolate?
Dude, I've made
We're
hot
about to read spooky stories. I'm making hot chocolate.
I've made hot chocolate at like 2 a.m.
You got like little not mushrooms, little marshmallows and shit.
The mushrooms to put my chocolate.
I'm not looking for that kind of a night, man.
Spooky stories.
Oh,
fuck.
shit.
Well, why don't we start off these spooky stories? I'm gonna start it off on the one that I found, just because I have it up.
Okay.
So get yours up. We haven't read any of these.
Yeah,
We decided that we want to just look up what other people have deemed as the best, scariest creepypastas that we could find.
I didn't even type that in. I don't remember what I typed in, but I got stories. I promise they're on the lines of horror. At least they're supposed to. I didn't write them, so I don't know.
Yeah. This could
could be
end
love
up
stories.
We're gonna play a Russian roulette game. Let's read these stories and see if it's good or not. All right.
Spooky factors, 1 out of 5.
I don't want to fucking do numbers.
Okay, 1 out of C.
What?
All right.
That's reading.
This one's called The Keyhole.
Sexy. Does it have the author?
No.
I'm gonna call him Kyle.
Kyle wrote The Keyhole. All right, here we go. A man went to a hotel and walked up to the front desk to check in. The woman at the desk gave him his key and told him on the way to his room. Wait. Okay, let's start over.
Hooked on phonics worked for me.
I know, I read that and I'm looking at it like, I just fucked that up. God damn it. Alright. A man went to a hotel and walked up to the front desk to check in. The woman at the desk gave him his key and told him that on the way to his room, there was a door with no number that was locked and no one was allowed in there. Well, why would she tell him that? Why tell him about the room if no one's supposed to go in it?
Hey,
he broke away from the story, guys.
Come on!
He starts ranting to us.
Come on!
I'm gonna let you stay here, but look, you can't go into the room, which I'm about to tell you to go into.
The next sentence gets worse. Especially no one should look inside the room under any circumstances. Why would you? So he followed the instructions of the woman at the front desk, going straight to his room and going to bed. The next night, his curiosity would not leave him alone about the room with no number on the door. He walked down the hall to the door and tried the handle. Sure enough, it was locked. He bent down and looked through the wide keyhole, cold air passing through it, chilling his eye. What he saw was a hotel bedroom, like his, and in the corner was a room whose skin was completely white. She was leaning her head against the wall.
There was a room whose skin was completely white.
Did I fuck that up too?
No, I'm just asking, like,
what he saw was a hotel bedroom like his, and in the corner was a woman whose skin was completely white.
Okay, I heard a room.
Well, I might have said it because, you know, I'm a little...
He had too much of that mushroom coffee.
Yeah, bro. No, it's hot chocolate.
Oh,
Get it
why
right.
did I say
Damn
coffee?
Fuck. God.
She was leaning her head against the wall, facing away from the door. He stared in confusion for a while. He almost knocked on the door out of curiosity, but decided not to. His disinclination saved his life. This disinclination saved his life. He crept away from the door and walked back to his room. The next day, he returned to the door and looked through the wide keyhole. This time, all he saw was redness. He couldn't make anything out besides a distinct red color, unmoving. Perhaps the inhabitants of the room knew he was spying the night before and had blocked the keyhole with something red. At this point, he decided to consult the woman at the front desk for more information. She sighed and said, "Did you look through the keyhole?" The man told her that he had, and she said, "Well, I might as well tell you the story. A long time ago, a man murdered his wife in that room, and her ghost haunts it. But these people were not ordinary. They were white all over, except for their eyes, which were red."
I've heard that story before. So, I mean, that's not new to me, but yeah, when I originally read that, I was like, okay, that could be fucking freaky. Like, put yourself in that person's shoes, you'd just be like,
Oh,
checking out now. Nope.
I'm not even getting my shit out of my room. I'm good leaving. Bye.
You can have that. Bye.
You can have a
fuck it.
suitcase.
That's a little creepy, yeah.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Tis not bad. Tis not bad. I guess I've got one. Yeah. It seems long because I'm reading it off my phone.
Hold on.
To what? No.
To that feeling.
That pulsating feeling in the jerky. That's not jerky.
That's not jerky.
That's not a sausage.
Oh, Grandma.
What? That's not a roll of quarters. He's making us wait.
Oh, the suspense is killing me.
Is it?
No.
Fuck.
Fuck, what will kill you? What was that? Like, what? Fucking rough gay sex or something? Pound me too hard, my soul might die.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. Rough love is the best type of love.
That's right.
Well, that was just the worst timing. Matt, when you hear this, I'm sorry that I'm reading this text out loud. Okay, so we're talking about rough gay sex and how that's gonna fucking kill you. Yeah. And he texts me, he's like, "I'm just getting out of work now. You still willing to take me?" I'm sorry, Matt.
That's pretty good.
Oh my god.
My god.
All right. So,
That's
changing topic. I don't know what I walked into the room.
Oh,
but
man. Just clip some of that, but keep that fucking text in there, please.
Oh my god.
That was hilarious.
Now that I got my tasty hot chocolate at 10:30 at night.
Which, by the way, he's wearing a long, a knit sweatshirt, and he's holding his damn it, why do I keep saying coffee? His hot chocolate with both hands, sipping it firmly.
It's so warm and toasty, and I got my sweats on.
By the way, he's sitting in front of a backdrop of New England.
'Tis a lovely British morn. Wait.
New England! New York! Oh my god.
So back to stories.
We are sorry, the UK.
Oh my god. Did you just apologize to the whole country?
Yes. There's British people everywhere.
Anyway. So, why don't you read a story this time?
Oh, fuck. Okay.
As I sip my hot cocoa.
I was gonna use the fucking fireplace.
The what?
Fireplace.
You're sitting right next to a fireplace.
The more you know.
Fancy ones.
I thought you said fancy lungs.
I like how you just like ran and skipped to the fireplace.
Was that real fire? No, it ain't.
It is a heater.
Ooh.
In fact,
It's gonna get hot in here.
it's gonna get nice and toasty.
3 Men in a Fireplace, brought to you by Witch's Hill and Hot Chocolate. Hot chocolate, a drink for both hands.
That was pretty good right there.
All right, so my story, or this story that I found that I will be reading, guys, should I do it in my normal voice or should I do it in my other one?
Your other voice.
I say do it in a voice that makes you feel human.
And comfortable.
Comfortable in your human skin.
Yes. Very comfortable.
Don't touch me. You're warm and that freaked me out.
Well, you just accept me.
Not on the ear. Sorry. Okay, so this one's called Instant Messaging. I'll just read it normally. It all started on the 14th night of March, the night of my parents' 20th wedding anniversary. It was a wonderful sunny day, if memory serves. Surprisingly warm for the beginning of spring. The beautiful weather was perfect for the atmosphere of the day. Being married for 20 years is obviously a momentous occasion. So my parents had booked a table at our favorite Italian restaurant. Italian seems to be a big hit tonight.
Yeah.
Mamma mia.
Stop it.
Tell me a little life.
Of course, this was a formal occasion, so I had my best suit on. How many suits do you have? Yeah. It was 5:33. It doesn't say AM or PM, by the way. Okay. I'm going to guess PM. And I was just straightening my tie when my phone went off. I'd received a message. That's strange, I thought. That never happens. I checked the message. That was actually really depressing.
That is really fucking depressing. No one ever talks
Weird,
to
a
me.
message? No one speaks to me. I'm the weird kid.
Friends?
Damn it. All I'm thinking about is South Park and that kid in the fucking theater with Kyle. Laughing at the movie and it's talking to Facebook.
Kit Jordy.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry. Anyway, let me backtrack. All right. So I put my best suit on. It was 5:33, and I was just straightening my tie when my phone went off. I'd received a message. That's strange, I thought. That never happens. I checked the message. It was from my mom. Oh, it's British. It was quite a jumble of letters, numbers and letters. But through the vocabulary stew, I could make out the legible phrase, "Please help me." It should go without saying that this worried me greatly, so I immediately replied, "Are you okay?" Just as instantly, I got another text which read, "Oops, pocket text." I signed off with all my relief, and had continued to prepare myself. That's really weird.
How would a pocket text say, please help me?
Well, that's probably the thing, Tim. It probably wasn't a pocket text.
Uh-oh.
Find out next time on the second half of the story.
Is it the second time for the second half of the story now?
Yes!
Sweet.
A few minutes later, I received yet another message. This time from my dad. I checked the text, and once again, it was a massive mixture of letters and numbers. With the phrase, "Please help me," concealed within. Creepy though this was, my dad was always a joker, so I presumed he was just joking around until I was sent another text saying, "Oops, pocket text." Now this sparked panic. Pure, unmistakable panic. Exactly half a minute passed when I received the exact same message from my sister. This could not be coincidental. It just couldn't. In a state of sheer anxiety, I started to run to the restaurant. I made it about a quarter of the way before I was stopped by a police officer. "Main road's closed," he said. "Huge car crash." This was the exact moment I realized just what had happened. I demanded to see the wreckage, a request I'm surprised was allowed. When I got there, it wasn't the remnants of the car that had caught my eye. Not the flames billowing out from the destroyed vehicle. No, I was horrified to see the lifeless corpses of my mother, father, and sister. I asked for the estimated time of their deaths. All of them were killed instantly by the collision at 5:32. Okay, yeah, that's kind of creepy. That's fucking...
No.
Holy shit.
That is really creepy.
That gave me some chills.
Damn.
Like, I was starting to get fun with, the voice, and then it started getting serious, and I started getting into it.
It's just like, oh, I feel it.
Just, whoa, okay. Yeah, that would be really titillating to have happen. Sorry if that's actually a true story. Holy shit, that's terrifying, sad, and just wow.
It's really depressing.
Fuck yeah, it is. But yeah, that was called instant messaging.
All right, I'm going to read another. This one's called Where Bad Kids Go.
I think I've heard this one.
I must have been 6 or 7 when I lived in Lebanon. The country was ravaged by war at the time, and murders were common and frequent. I remember during a particularly vicious era, when the bombings rarely stopped, I would stay at home sitting in front of my television watching a very, very strange show. It was a kid's show that lasted about 30 minutes and contained strange and sinister images. To this day, I believe it was a thinly veiled attempt on the part of the media to use scare tactics to keep kids in place, because the moral of every episode revolved around very uptight ideologies. Stuff like, bad kids stay up late, bad kids have their hands under the covers when they sleep, and bad kids steal food from the fridge at night. It was very weird, and in Arabic to top it off. I didn't understand much of it, but for the most part, the images were very graphic and comprehensive. The thing that stuck with me the most, however, was the closing scene. It remained much the same in every episode. The camera would zoom in on an old, rusted, closed door. As it got closer to the door, strange and sometimes even agonizing screams would become more audible. It was extremely frightening, especially for children's programming. Then a text would appear on the screen in Arabic, reading, "That's where bad kids go." Eventually, both the image and the sound would fade out, and that would be the end of the episode. About 15 or 16 years later, I became a journalistic photographer. That show had been in my mind all my life, popping up through my thoughts sporadically. Eventually, I'd had enough and decided to do some research. I finally managed to uncover the location of the studio where much of that channel's programming had been recorded. Upon further research and eventually traveling on site, I found out it was now desolate and had been abandoned after the big war ended. I entered the There was, at the beginning, when he said he was a kid, there was like a war going on.
Okay, no, when people say the big war, I automatically think World War I. Because they refer to that as the Great War, so my mind just jumps around. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
You're fine. Where the fuck was I? Oh. I entered the building with my camera. It was burnt out from the inside. Either a fire had broken out or someone had wanted to incinerate all of the wooden furniture. After a few hours of cautiously making my way into the studio and snapping pictures, I found an isolated, out-of-the-way room. After having to break through a few old locks and managing to break the heavy door open, I remained frozen in the doorway for several long minutes. Traces of blood, feces, and tiny bone fragments lay scattered across the floor.
Fuck yeah.
It was a small room and an extremely morbid scene. What truly frightened me, though, what made me turn away and never want to come back, was the bolted, caged microphone hanging from the roof in the middle of the room. That last part confuses me. I mean, that's creepy as fuck, but...
Wait, that's where it ends?
Yeah. What truly frightened me, though, what made me turn away and never want to come back, was the bolted, caged microphone hanging from the roof in the middle of the room. Original author unknown.
So, like, there was like a battle royale type thing there or something?
I don't know. I
Let's get ready to rumble!
Well, it has something to do with those kids.
Maybe it was
Is that
a new
the room?
version of bum fights.
Child fights!
Jesus!
Feces and bones, caged microphone.
That's some, like,
Let's get
Red Room shit.
Ready to rumble.
That's gotta be the fucking. That's where the bad kids went.
Yeah.
To the Red Room?
I guess. I mean, I don't know.
Jesus, that's fucked up.
That's a little.
It's kind of fucked up that it just ends there. There's like no more to it.
I know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the best part of horror, I mean, in my opinion, is the mystery.
Oh, exactly.
Like, that's true horror.
It's not about what you see, it's about what you don't see.
I mean, sometimes it's about what you see.
Oh,
Sometimes.
God, yeah.
But
of course.
there's sometimes a lot more to it than that. I came across one. Again, haven't read this before.
Uh-oh.
What? Words?
I found a long one.
Yeah, I see that. Damn. It's huge.
Oh, God. Where's my hot cocoa?
Both hands, Tim. Yes.
Yes, slurp it.
Oh, it's so delicious.
Yes, it was. Okay, the story is called I Sat on the Bus.
Well, what else would you do on it?
Good stand.
I mean, yeah.
But then you just get yelled at.
No, you gotta stand.
Yeah, sometimes you have to.
Yeah.
You ever been to Chicago?
If someone like disabled, like a pregnant woman or an old people come in, just stand. Don't be a dick. Give up your seat.
Oh, that kind of bus. Okay.
What other kind of bus?
I think of like school buses. I don't know why.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Okay, yeah, okay. I mean, I'm literally looking at the photo of a school bus. I just wasn't thinking that because we were already talking about city bus.
Well, we weren't really talking about city buses. We were just talking about buses.
Well, no, I mean,
like none in general.
Well, okay. Answer me this: how many pregnant people were on the bus in school? That's what I'm saying. If it was a school bus, why did you automatically think school bus when you're like, why would I give the prom queen my fucking seat? Fuck that. Like that's the way I read into your thought process. Wow.
Well, I mean, the first thing I thought is, why is there a pregnant chick on the school bus or old people?
For old people?
No. Or old people. Doesn't help them like half in the bag.
I sat on the bus. It's the title of the story, guys. Don't laugh at me. I sat on the bus on my way to school. I read that so fucking stupidly. I sat on the bus on my way to school, listening to music and paying little to no attention to the other students. At one of the stops, my mind snapped back to reality. I looked towards the small house. Tommy's house, I thought. A hand slipped through the drapes of the window and waved the bus driver to move on. He's sick, I thought, paying no large amount of attention to the situation. The day flew by. I watched the local news channel after school, and what I heard paralyzed me. Tommy's entire family was murdered that day by an unknown suspect. After hearing this news, I moved back up to my room and quietly fell asleep. The next day, I sat on the bus.
People were brutally murdered. That's fucked. Go to bed.
I'm gonna have nightmares. Anyway, the next day, I sat on the bus. We drove past Tommy's house, and the bus driver, unaware of Tommy's family's fate, stopped at his home. As I was about to get up and explain to her what had happened, something caught my eye. A pale hand slipped through the drapes of the window and waved the bus driver to move on. I sat on the bus, terrified. Okay, yeah, that's chilling.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's literally.
Are you fucking kidding me?
What? I mean, it leaves you hanging, but I mean, it's good enough. That's just like, oh, that's a story to be told. That's fucked. That is completely fucked. Like, yeah, although at the same time, like, again, there's no author on this, so I mean, if anybody knows who this is, that'd be great. Oh wait. I might have found the thingy.
The thingy?
The thingy.
What's the thingy?
The fucking author.
Oh.
I
didn't know you considered authors thingies.
Me neither.
I mean, they're people. Isaac Cook. God. Thank you, Isaac Cook, for a good story. And on creepypasta.com, he's got an 8.0 out of 10 from 2.9 thousand votes. All right, I found another one that I'm going to read off because it's pretty short. I didn't actually read it, I just saw how long it was. Sadly, there is, again, no fucking author on this, but we do have the title. So if anybody, again, can possibly link anything, do it in the comments. It would be great. We found this one on hauntedrooms.co.uk, and this one at number 1 is called The Puppy in the Basement. Notes that this ghost story was found on Reddit, and it is super creepy. So this is apparently maybe not a creepypasta, but just a horror story, like a true experience. Here we go. Mommy told me never to go in the basement, but I wanted to see what was making that noise. It kind of sounded like a puppy, and I wanted to see the puppy. So I opened the basement door and tiptoed down a bit. I didn't see a puppy. And then Mommy yanked me out of the basement and yelled at me. Mommy had never yelled at me before, and it made me sad and I cried. Then Mommy told me to never go into the basement again, and she gave me a cookie. That made me feel better, so I didn't ask her why the boy in the basement was making noises like a puppy, or why he had no hands or feet. Oh, fuck. Whoa. That's, okay.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Repeat the last part?
That's it. Holy shit, that took a turn.
Repeat the last part?
Okay, hold on, I'm going to reread that whole thing.
Reread that, because...
Alright. From the top. Mommy told me never go in the basement, but I wanted to see what was making that noise. It kind of sounded like a puppy, and I wanted to see that puppy. So I opened the basement door and tiptoed down a bit. I didn't see a puppy. And then Mommy yanked me out of the basement and yelled at me. Mommy had never yelled at me before, and it made me sad, and I cried. Then Mommy told me to never go in the basement again, and she gave me a cookie. That made me feel better. So I didn't ask her why the boy in the basement was making noises like a puppy, or why he had no hands or feet.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that too.
That's fun. I like that.
Damn, I wish I knew the fucking author. Or at least the Reddit handle.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Alright, this one's not too long. This is called An Old Man's Last Secret. Surprise! A box of pornography.
From 1965.
My grandfather is 95 years old and doesn't have long left in this world. There's nothing but a mess of tubes and wires to tether him here with us. It's difficult for him to speak, but each rasping whisper carries a severe weight that cannot be interrupted. My family doesn't talk about things like death, though, so whenever I visit my dad, we tend to spend most of the time sitting in near silence. What a news week, huh? My dad might say. Grandfather would grunt. Crazy world. Then silence again. Small talk seems almost disrespectful to the gravity of the situation, but no one wants to be the first to broach the irrevocable goodbye. But the silence gets too loud. My dad will start to fidget with his phone and pull out a book until one of us makes an excuse to leave. That's how it went yesterday, with my father mumbling something about a dentist appointment and hurrying out the door almost as soon as we arrived. You'll stay though, won't you? My grandfather asked when we were alone in the room together. You'll listen to an old man's last secret? This was it then. The end of the road was in sight. Would you like me to call Dad back, I asked. Grandfather shook his head as far as the oxygen tubes would allow it to turn. I'd rather he didn't know. Okay. What are you going to say there?
Drum roll.
Please don't.
I wasn't going to.
I already knew some of the story he told me. It began with my grandfather, about 20 years old, living in Nazi Germany. He'd been working forced labor at a farm, but managed to smuggle my grandfather and infant father out of the country, hidden in a grain shipment. He'd been caught almost immediately and sent to the concentration camp at Buchenwald, where, I wonder if I said that right. I don't know. Where he endured the next 2 years until he was liberated by Allied forces. You don't have to tell me what happened there if you don't want to, I told him. I wasn't sure I wanted to hear the gruesome details. He was unusually animated and persistent, though, promising it was something that needed to be said. He wouldn't have survived the ordeal if it hadn't been for a friend he'd met there. One of the Nazi officers, a Rottenführer squad leader, had taken a special interest in him because of their striking similarities in age and appearance. The two would sit on either side of the barbed wire fence and swap stories about their childhoods. My grandfather would talk about my grandmother, how beautiful she was, and how he would not give up until he found her again. The SS officer had gone straight from the Hitlerjugend, the Hitler Youth Group, to the army and had never been intimate with a woman. He became enraptured in my grandfather's tale of romance, and the two became close friends despite the circumstances. Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah, right.
The officer twice spared my grandfather's name from work assignments that meant certain death, and he'd often slip extra rations through the fence, which my grandfather would then distribute to other prisoners. Well, he's a nice guy then.
Good on him.
It wasn't a good life, but it was a life, grandfather said. Things changed as the war began drawing to a close. The Nazi officers became increasingly paranoid and desperate as the Allied forces moved in. It became common practice for lower-ranking officers to be held as scapegoats when impossible work orders were not met. Besides that, the rumor that the Rottenführer was protecting my grandfather put him in a dire position with his own officers. Faced between protecting my grandfather and his own hide, the Rottenführer signed the orders for my grandfather to be sent to a nearby armaments factory. 18-hour workdays, starvation rations, no medical attention. The factory might as well have been a death sentence. The 3-month survival rate was less than 50%. Fuck!
That's horrific, man.
In the name of love, my grandfather pleaded to let him survive to find her again. She was waiting for him in America. The Rottenführer was moved, but his decision was final. His only compromise was to record the address of where she went and send her a letter to let her know what happened to him. So how did you survive, I asked. Did he change his mind? Were you rescued from the factory? Shielded from the worst of the camp by the Rottenführer, the transition to the factory proved too difficult for the young farmer. He didn't last the first week. What do you mean, didn't last? How'd you get out? The exertion of the long story was taking its toll on my grandfather. He coughed and wheezed, struggled to find breath for several seconds before clearing his throat a final time. On April 11th, 1945, the Buchenwald camp was liberated. Many of the Nazis had already abandoned their position and fled into the country. Others decided to lock themselves inside, pretending to be prisoners themselves so the Allied forces would have mercy on them. This was especially convincing for those who had taken the time to get to know the prisoners and could assume their identities. Oh shit. When the SS officer gave the information and address of his lost love, he was allowed to board the next transport ship returning to America and to be reunited with her. The gears in my head were turning, and then stopped. Your grandmother was suspicious at first when I met her, but she accepted that the war had changed me. Besides, I knew so many stories about her that she couldn't deny our shared history. I raised his boy as my own and lived the life he dreamed of every night until his death. Do you think your real grandfather would forgive me if he knew? I didn't have an answer for him then, and I didn't get another chance. He died in his sleep that night after a long and happy life that wasn't his.
Holy
Damn.
fuck.
That's fucked up.
That is fucked up.
Matthew just got here.
Oh, okay.
But holy shit.
Yo, that's fucked up, dog.
That's super fucked.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah, finding out your grandfather is actually the Nazi that befriended him.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Well, we got a sudden surprise guest that just kind of walked into the studio.
Yeah, Matt's back.
Hi, Matt.
Hello.
Hi.
We are reading creepypastas.
Ooh.
Yeah. Since it is now, Halloween and all.
Right.
So, a lot of spooktacular things going on. Thank you guys for who are tuning in now, because you could be out there taking candy from children, and we're glad that you're not doing that and saving it for them. More stories.
Yeah, why don't you read one now?
Yeah, let me save myself. This one's called Nunchucks.
Ooh.
This one was sent, I guess, to Movie Pilot by someone named Michelle Froelich Young. Or Froelich. Sounds very German. When my daughter was 2, I found her twirling paper towel tubes, tied with twine, in the air. I asked her what she was doing. She said she was practicing her nunchucks. I was very confused, as she would have no way of knowing what they were. I asked her what she meant, and she said that Adam had told her how to make them and showed her each night how to use them. She went on to say that Adam told her to practice because she may need to know how to defend herself someday. I almost freaked out, but asked her what Adam had looked like. She said that he was tall, blonde, and had blue eyes. She said, Mommy, you know how he looks. You know him. He died of a headache. I had to leave the room. You see, 4 months before she was born, my tall, blonde, blue-eyed, martial arts pro friend had... Wow, it's written so weird, sorry. Blue-eyed martial arts pro friend had died of a brain aneurysm at the age of 27. She has not spoken of him since that day, so I'm not sure if I scared her with my reaction or if she had completely completed her lessons or something. What the fuck?
That's creepy.
That's weird.
That's cool. Dude, she's learning martial arts from a ghost. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Roadhouse. No, I don't.
It's Ghost.
Ghost
Patrick
House.
Swayze.
Ghost House.
You.
Poltergeist. Poltergeist.
All right.
I'll stop.
All right, because
This one's called Darkness in the Rearview Mirror.
Fuck yeah, it's hot as hell.
In the summer of 2013, I found myself driving home alone on Highway 902 from a party. It was almost midnight, and needless to say, it was pitch black. As was usual that night, I was on edge. I had the radio off and could hear nothing but the muffle roar of tires on pavement and the dull hum of the engine. I stole a glance into the middle rearview mirror and saw nothing but darkness through the back window. I know that I looked backward and saw nothing, I'm sure of it. Just the seemingly endless blackness of the night. I remember it so clearly because not 10 seconds later, a car passed me to the left, headlights on, and I had one of those sudden adrenaline rushes, like when you think you see a person outside your bedroom window when it's just a tree, or when you start awake at night with the feeling of falling. 10 seconds earlier, nothing had been behind me. Suddenly, a car. I drove the rest of the way home shivering and knowing something was off. The next morning, I found 2 sets of scratches near the back of my van. One was on the left rear, one was on the right. The car was pretty old. They could have been there for months, but that was the first time I distinctly remembered seeing them. In hindsight, there are 2 possibilities for what happened that night. Possibly one, by some glitch in reality, or something paranormal. This other car had somehow appeared behind me within 10 seconds of me checking my mirror, like some weird ghost crap or something. However, the second option is what made my blood run cold whenever I consider it. It didn't even occur to me until months after the fact, but it made me dread driving alone at night even more. Possibly, too, the car was normal. It had approached me from the rear and passed me to my left. However, something large and wide and as black as the night had been clinging to the rear of my car, obscuring my view through the window and leaving deep scratches on the sides. And I had inadvertently driven it home with me.
The fuck?
that's a little creepy. Be a little tweaked out on when I leave and go home,
Yeah.
You want to drive by the secret fields?
especially since I have tinted windows.
Let's drive by the secret fields.
Let's not.
Why?
I drove by there the other day and I felt weird at first, but then we actually walked down there and I felt jack shit.
Did you actually go into the woods?
It was kind of muddy. We walked pretty much down a good ways into the gravel area and then just walked back. Because I didn't feel like trekking through a shit ton of fucking mud.
No, I get you. Did you go down there during the day or night?
Night.
Okay.
That was after we did that after we went to Evil Intentions.
This one's called This New Old House by Bat Out of Hell 821. We bought an old house, my boyfriend and I. He's in charge of the new construction, converting the kitchen to the master bedroom, for instance, while I'm on wallpaper removal duty. The previous owner papered every wall and ceiling. Removing it is brutal, but oddly satisfying. The best feeling is getting a long peel, similar to your skin when you're peeling from a sunburn.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird that you just kind of,
It's satisfying.
No, I know, but you've been quiet most of these horror stories, and that's what you agree with.
Yeah. Yep, exactly.
I like to peel the skin.
I like long peels of skin.
My skin so satisfying.
I don't know about you, but I kind of make a game of peeling on the hunt for the longest piece before it rips. Under a corner section of paper in every room is a person's name and a date. Curiosity got the best of me one night when I Googled one of the names and discovered the person was actually a missing person. The missing date matched the date under the wallpaper. The next day, I made a list of all the names and dates. Sure enough, each name was for a missing person with the dates to match. We notified the police, who naturally sent out the crime scene team. I overheard one text say, "Yup, it's human." Human? What's human? Ma'am, where is the material you removed from the walls today? This isn't wallpaper you were removing. Holy shit!
Whoa, wow.
Holy shit!
You're a fucking... Oh,
Oh my god.
That's awesome!
you had skin on your walls, bro.
Oh, fuck, Dahmer, step up your game.
Right? Or Geen.
Or Geen.
Geen didn't quite have the bodies yet to fucking wallpaper his house with it.
Fuck, dude, whoa.
I wonder if he would have done that eventually. If he would have been left unchecked for a few more years.
An entire house made entirely out of human flesh.
Skin mansion.
Skin City.
Skin row.
Oh, man.
That's good. Wow, that's dark as fuck. My question is, though, like they said, there's a person's name in each corner of the room. So, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that both top and bottom, like in the main corners? Because that would be 8. If it was like a normal...
Well, how many bodies would it take to wallpaper?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. How big is this room? Like,
yeah.
Because you are not accounting for all the missing pieces.
What would you do if you found that out then? Would you sell the house right away? Or, I mean...
How are you going to sell that? Luxurious rotting skin on the walls. Oh, wow, honey, this is great. It doesn't smell or anything. We can peel it off and feed it to our kids when we don't have food.
Oh, look, a little hair on this part.
Oh man, that tastes delectable. You know, I think I taste the depression.
Why would you taste hair?
Honey, don't worry about it. We'll buy it at a high price.
I like that you did the whole hand motion.
Yeah, that made
The
it.
viewer didn't need to know that, Tim. I got really into that character for a minute.
All right, I got one more. This is my last one. Roommate troubles. This actually happened to me a few years back at the University of Arts in Philadelphia. My sophomore year, I roomed with a girl named Kara. She was a jazz vocalist, but her main interest was opera. We had a small room on the 6th floor of a dormitory called Juniper Hall. The halls were thin, and her last night singing and voice practices would keep me up at night. And her... Oh yeah, that was last night. Alright. After a month or so of lost sleep, I convinced her to move her last night practice of the music studios into the Miriam Theater building a block away. Around 8 o'clock one evening, Kara announced that she would be practicing late for an upcoming recital and probably wouldn't be home until around midnight. Great, I thought that means I can go to bed early. I was beat, I had a horrible day in the acting studio and was ready to pass out as soon as I had dinner. She said goodnight and left, coffee and sheet music in hand. I made some grilled cheese and soup, gobbled it down, and immediately began to prepare for bed. By the time I got out of the shower, my eyelids were so heavy I could barely brush my teeth. I pulled on my PJs and crawled into the top bunk of our bunk bed. Man, in college, that'd suck. I was out as soon as my head hit the pillow. I should take a second to describe the layout of our apartment. When entering the apartment, the bedroom was through a door immediately to the left. Our bathroom was inside the bedroom, just past the bunk beds. UArts is nice in that sense, but you don't have to share bathrooms. Anyway, I woke up to the sound of the apartment door closing. I opened my eyes and groggily checked the phone. Midnight on the dot. I rolled back over and closed my eyes. I heard Kara enter the room and stop in front of the bunk bed, checking to see if I'm actually asleep, I thought. She flopped down on the bed below me, which was strange, as she was a stickler for brushing her teeth and washing up before bed. Then again, exams were just around the corner, and we were all exhausted. The mattress below me creaked, and then was silent. I couldn't even hear her breathing. I started to drift off again. I was just on the edge of a deep sleep when I was startled awake again by a noise. A key in the lock, the door opening, and Kara entering our apartment, humming an opera tune. The mattress below me creaked.
Fuck, dude. Click on the source and you'll be able to get the...
What the fuck?
So, at least sometimes you might be able to get that. But yeah, that's fucking creepy.
No.
Fuck that sauce. Maybe it might be down at the bottom.
You're down at the bottom.
It might be. Yeah.
Jesse Cosgrove.
Good story, Jesse.
Yeah, that was a good one.
And I think this one's going to be my last one, and this one's titled There's No Reason to Be Afraid by Whoever Fights Monster.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Started off right.
Thank
I blew
you.
it away from you.
Thank you. I really appreciate you blowing that burp away.
When my sister Betsy and I were kids, our family lived for a while in a charming old farmhouse. We loved exploring its dusty corners and climbing the apple tree in the backyard. But our favorite thing was the ghost. Ooh. We'd get along. Anyway, we called her Mother because she seemed so kind and nurturing. Some mornings Betsy and I would wake up and on each of our nightstands we'd find a cup that hadn't been there the night before. Mother had left them there, worried that we'd get thirsty during the night. She just wanted to take care of us. Among the house's original furnishings was an antique wooden chair, which we kept against the back wall of the living room. Whenever we were preoccupied, watching TV or playing a game, Mother would inch that chair forward across the room towards us. Sometimes she'd manage to move it all the way to the corner of the room. We always felt sad putting it back against the wall. Mother just wanted to be near us. Years later, long after we'd moved out, I found an old newspaper article about the farm's original occupant, a widow. She'd murdered her 2 children by giving them each a cup of poisoned milk before bed. Then she'd hanged herself. The article included a photo of the farmhouse's living room, with a woman's body hanging from the beam beneath her. Knocked over was the old wooden chair, placed exactly in the center of that room.
Nice.
Damn.
But,
Fuck that.
well, I mean, maybe she changed her ways. They said they left a cup of water. She poisoned the milk. That would get her off in court.
Sadly, yeah, you're not wrong.
It's like, I didn't poison these 2. You're right. She might have changed. Let her out of hell. Anywho.
Oh, shit.
I'm sure there's a devil and lawyer joke in there somewhere.
Yeah, right. Somewhere in the red dick of the law.
But
You.
I like it. I like it a lot.
I know you do.
Mm-hmm.
And we hope that all the people at home liked it too. Not what he was talking about. I know you can like that too. It doesn't matter. We're Witches Hill, and we're bringing you satisfaction any way we can.
that was a fun episode.
Yeah, we gave Hess a cold.
I feel like you're gonna hit your face on my fireplace right next to you.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
You were like swinging your head forward.
Breaks his nose.
Again.
Yeah, perfect for Halloween. Everybody could hear the crunching and the blood gushing.
Oh my god, there's blood everywhere.
You would be cleaning that up. Hands down. If you broke your nose and blood gushes everywhere, you're fucking cleaning it up.
Well, Tim, just take a rain check on the clean.
Just leave it there right now.
Nope.
I gotta go get a ShamWow. Those things sucked. I hated them.
Huh?
I had one just to see. Like, I found it for like $2, and I was like, let's see, Mr. ShamWow guy.
Let's see what the hype's all really about.
And I was like, ooh, not absorbent.
Not.
No, dude.
Who
That was
was
the
it?
one I had. Maybe it was defective.
Was it the guy?
How do you have a defective towel?
They found a way, dude. They found a way.
Was it that fucking Vince guy? The guy who fucking beat a hooker up?
Yep.
Maybe that one?
Yeah, here, let me talk to you about my crazy fucking product.
Talking about slap chop. You're in love with my nuts.
You spill your blood, let me just ShamWow it away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, he fucking beat up a hooker because she bit his tongue. I remember that.
Yeah, I did remember hearing about that. I did. But anyway, yeah, those were some of the horror stories that we have read off to you guys. So we hope that we brightened up, or maybe even made it a little bit darker of a holiday for all of you, because today is not supposed to be a bright day. It's supposed to be morbid and gloomy, and all the demons are trying to go out there and get your fucking kids. So dress them up in horrific things so that way those monsters mistake them as little monsters, because you know they were little monsters.
And be sure to look out for all the candy that's laced with drugs that everyone says you're going to find that you never find, and I'm disappointed that you never find.
What, were you looking for them?
No.
You're just like, is there a nail in this one? You chomp down on it and it's like, fuck, it's just a good Snickers.
I'm just saying that I, throughout my entire life, have not been offered drugs as much as I was told I would be in DARE.
You sound disappointed.
That's besides the point. I have been lied to.
You guys
I have been cheated.
You guys set these standards and life didn't meet them, man. Well, I mean, everybody was always talking about, like, drugs in the candy, fucking nails and glass and shit.
Razor
blades. I never got that. I got candy, and I was also given a knife one time.
I mean, and I'll also say, people warning about, like, edibles. No one's going to give out fucking edibles.
No, it's actually happened. It actually has happened before.
Really?
Yes. I think there was a couple cases out in California a couple years ago.
Well,
I mean, it happens, you know.
Mom,
I mean,
I feel funny.
not to say that, like, this shit doesn't happen. It's just we haven't experienced it as much as people were telling us that we would be directly affected.
They gave out the wrong brownie tray. There were 2 trays, one for trick-or-treaters, one for them to enjoy. They grabbed the wrong one.
It's fucking 2 in the morning.
What's that? Your 7-year-old's high as a kite? Oh, well, shucks. Don't worry. They'll pass out.
All the fucking 7-year-olds are in the fucking cul-de-sac chanting some weird fucking thing that we can't pronounce, and they're walking in a fucking circle. What did you give them? No, they ate this fucking special tray of brownies. We couldn't afford anything. What brownies did you give them? That one or this one? Oh, this one. Uh-oh. Those are for the adults. Everybody's just faking it in there.
I bet that would happen too.
Oh yeah, I could totally see that. Everybody's like, Martha, I feel it. Oh man, we cannot tell the parishioner tomorrow at church. Oh my god.
So, with Halloween come and gone, where do we go to next?
We go to November.
Well, yeah.
Well, there you know. Why are you asking?
Spooky Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Halloween 2. When are we getting Halloween 2 as a holiday?
Zombie turkeys.
I mean, the closest thing that we can come to deliver anything as... I'm not going to put it on par with everything, but we have our movie that is coming out the 25th of November. Not even a complete month away. So that to us is at least a reoccurrence of Halloween, because what else fucking goes bump in the night other than ghosts and other fucking negative energies and shit?
Yeah.
So we will be touching upon that a lot in November. But more of that to come, and yeah, in the coming days, weeks, notifications on Facebook and Twitter and blah, 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 blah. Follow us.
You know, next week... Actually, no. In 2 days. No, 3 days. The 3rd. November 3rd is the day of the Dungeon of Doom blackout.
Oh, yeah.
So, anyone in the area that plans on meeting us out there, come the fuck out. I know in the beginning of the episode I went on a rant about good haunted houses, and I promise you, this one is one of them. So fucking good, and I'm so excited, and I hope to see a bunch of fucking people there.
There's an event on the Facebook, on our official Facebook thing, facebook.com/Witches Hill Radio. You can find most of our shit on there, linked through there, our group page, and so on and so forth. So if you were looking to attend this event, you can touch Tim.
No, not that, but you can at least get all the information for the tickets, directions.
Well, you might be able to.
Get your tickets if you still plan on going. Get your tickets as soon as you can, because they said they only have a limited supply. I don't know if that's tactic or what, but just get your tickets. It's only $25. It's a fun fucking night.
And are you going to be bringing a recorder?
Oh yeah, we're going to be releasing an episode about this night next week.
So I guess you could say that there's a possible chance that whoever ends up showing up and decides to join you could be featured on one of the episodes.
Yes. I plan on doing this review a little differently since it's a special event and everything's completely blacked out. You only have a glow stick. I want to spend a good amount of time truly analyzing this. And anyone that comes with us, if you'd like to get recorded and possibly be featured on the episode, because I will be playing these recordings, just let me know. Contact me, Facebook, through something. Carrier pigeon probably wouldn't help.
Carrier pigeon?
But you could try anyway.
I would love to have a carrier. If somebody sent a fucking carrier pigeon to me, one, I would just be tweaked the fuck out because I'd be like, how the fuck did you find me? And how did you train a bird to find me?
Harry Potter.
That's an owl.
Those are owls.
Yeah, I know what.
Both of us, those are owls.
Mr. fucking specific here.
9 3/4.
Sorry, dude, I only got 10.50. I mean 8.50.
What?
Pounds.
Anyway.
Stuff. Don't give me that look.
Anyway.
UK.
So, yeah, we're gonna keep. Even though Halloween is come and gone, Halloween never dies with Witch's Hill. We're keeping this spooky train rolling.
Oh fuck yeah. Actually, might as well just announce this now. If anybody has any leads on creepy fucking places that you think have, let's say, negative energy, let us know where those places are, and we're not opposed to doing investigations because we are expanding our little team that we've got going on. More on that later, though.
I'm sorry, but what is the team? What is the name of this team? There's a team, but what's the team? I need a name. These people need a name of the team.
No one can see this right now, but I was giving Tim that God damn it, shut up look. Because he loves playing around with our fucking name, because it's bad, but it's good. It's the Witch's Hill Paranormal Investigative Team. So the acronym for that is WHPIT.
We are Whippets.
And there was that one fucking time they were just like, if I heard something tell me to fucking fix something on an audio thing and I wasn't even in that house, I'm just going to have to stop doing Whippets. And then you just look at us. And it's like, you son of a bitch. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, don't listen to us. Don't look it up or do it on your free time. We're not advocating that, but it's fucking funny.
Oh, good times. Good fucking times.
So yeah, if you got any leads, send it to witcheshillradio@gmail.com.
For Whippets, bro.
Every chance this guy gets.
Whippets are coming to you.
Remember, if you got a ghost, you gotta whip it good.
We even have a slogan. It's too perfect.
What's our slogan?
Yo, man, you fishing out?
Whoa, dude.
Whoa.
Dude, the wubs.
Jesus Christ. All right, with that, we are Witch's Hill, and we will see you next time.
We will see you in November.
That's like tomorrow.
Shit.
Bye.
Bye.
Witch's Hill.